Hi, everyone. I hope everything is going well for you. So I discussed the assignments that are due today in my previous announcement yesterday, but just as a quick reminder, remember that today your complex problem choice is due, and hopefully our brainstorming discussion activity was helpful for you in thinking about ideas and also seeing your classmates' ideas. And then in addition, today we are also starting Module 1, which includes watching the presentation on Canvas, reading those articles on liberal education, and then to completing a discussion activity on those readings. So that's 2 assignments for today, and of course take a look at the instructions on Canvas for more details, as well as my announcement from yesterday. A few notes regarding what comes next. Although EGS 301, this course is not a career preparation course in the same way that workplace writing or technical writing is, so we don't have to do a resume, for example, in this class. This class does encourage you to consider how the skills of English studies applies outside of the classroom, particularly to professional settings. So I believe strongly, of course, that what we learn in English studies courses are transferable to professional experiences and also to everyday life. And so for Thursday, tomorrow, we have some readings on writing and professions, followed by a discussion activity in which you'll be asked to learn a bit about some of the career paths that interest you. Consider how writing is important to those, and also identify an area of concern or a question that you have moving forward in your career. So then, of course, as you consider writing's role in your future career, your understanding of writing as a concept should also be broad, really broad, actually. So in other words, don't limit how you think about writing to simply the act of writing something, but not simply to preparing academic essays or just writing emails or memos or writing reports or things like that. Think about writing as being broader, as including, for example, both images and text and other features being multimodal. That's actually a term that you're going to be introduced to soon that is using more than one mode, and we'll be considering the idea of multimodality in Module 2. And so some examples that we might encounter in different careers might include, for example, an estimate for a home improvement project, which is including different 3D renderings in there, social media posts, such as those that are promoting a nonprofit organization's efforts in response to a particular problem or its a particular cause, text messages even, so they're soliciting business from a prospective client or just communicating with clients, or even an infographic, which is using both text and visuals to sum up and present data about a particular topic, such as your company's product. So there are many other things that could be considered writing. So if you do struggle with thinking about how writing is or will be important in your future career, think about what and how you would be communicating in the workplace. That is, who such as coworkers, supervisors, clients, others, why you would be communicating, and that can give you a good start with thinking about writing in that particular career. So then for Friday of this week, you'll be reading an essay by Robert McCarran, which asks you to consider how social media has impacted professional writing. And of course, we're all familiar with social media, whether we're on it much or not. And of course, according to some statistics on broadband.net, the average time spent on social networks per day is 147 minutes. So that's a lot of time. And of course, everybody is spending a lot more time, though, on social media in general, whether that applies to you or not. But we could also be asking, how does that impact workplace writing, professional writing, and particularly the careers that you're interested in? So, of course, McCarran offers us a case study in his article to illustrate his points. And you might think also about other companies, that is examples of companies or organizations that have experienced something similar to what he's talking about in his article. And also consider how social media has changed since McCarran wrote his article. If you take a look, it was published in 2013, and I guess that's about 12 years ago now. So a lot has changed since then. So as you read that article, you might consider, how our some of what he discusses might apply as well to the use of social media in professions that you are most interested in pursuing. So after reading his essay, we will be having a discussion activity, which requires, as usual, replies to classmates, as I think most of our discussions do. And then on Friday, we'll all have a second discussion, and that will focus on how the principles of a liberal education might be useful when considering the complex problem that you have chosen to focus on this term, which I believe you're choosing today. So by the time you complete that discussion, you will have chosen. So you'll be considering your complex problem in relation to some of our class materials on liberal education. So as you complete that discussion, I do recommend looking back to the previous discussion that you would have completed, in which you would be posting about some of the class readings on liberal education. So then, of course, read through your classmates' posts and respond to at least 2 of them for Friday's discussions. So then finally, Saturday, we'll be finishing Module 1 on Saturday with a reflection. And so for this reflection, you'll be considering your work and experience in the class so far, what you've learned, and also look forward. So by reflecting at the end of the module, it not only helps you to retain and consider what you've learned so far, but also helps me really to understand your learning and how I can assist everyone further as we are continuing with the class. So then we'll be starting Module 2 on Tuesday after the Memorial Day holiday. We don't have anything due on Monday because it's a federal holiday. And but I was sending out some additional notes about Module 2 in another announcement. And this announcement I see is already long enough, so leave it at that. Anyway, remember, if you do have any questions, any difficulties at all, make sure you do let me know.